Hey guys, it's Robert Unchained. I just want to talk to you a little bit about an experience that I had yesterday morning. So, I was at a men's retreat, uh, Christian men's retreat that I'm part of. And what I do is I sit at a table with six or seven other men that I've previously made contact with. I talk to them about what they want to get out of this retreat. It's a Christian retreat, and a lot of them want to keep building what they have, and some want to grow their spiritual life, and some people don't know anything about God. Or I've even had one person that was atheist, which tells you how powerful these events are. He ended up getting baptized that night. So, so my experience, so they call me a facilitator. I facilitate these men while we're going through this weekend. It's 24 hours, and we spend the night there. Um, I highly encourage everybody to, you know, whether you are doing something for Christianity or you're trying to just find yourself, you need to find some moment in yourself in some time to just unplug, unwind, and no phone, no things that are going to distract you. Just, go out in the woods or a tent or a cabin and just focus on yourself. That is very important to focus on yourself, because you gotta know yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta know what to expect under what circumstances, and you can't help anybody else out if you don't know yourself. And once you know yourself, you can put yourself in situations where you used to battle with a problem, and it will no longer be a problem. Um, so you kind of get a little bit of self discipline. Um, so I was at this event for 24 hours, and in the morning we were doing a altar call because it was out after a testimony. I don't want to give anything away in case you are local and go to the one that I went to. The one I went to is called Men's Encounter North, and there was a part there for men without a father, that didn't grow up with a father figure. Now, everybody knows that the Lord is your father, and He can guide you and protect you and move you forward in the things you need in life. A spiritual father. But we had a moment about, come get a hug from an earthly father. So some of the speakers went up on stage, and they were, just presenting a moment to give a hug to a father figure, and just come get that hug. And my father was there. He never left my mom, or he raised me his whole life. But what I got was tough love. It wasn't the love that your dad would go to your soccer games, your football games. He would be like, "Hey, this is why you need to do this," but he didn't really tell me why I should not. It was tough love for me, and I grew out of it. I moved on. I'm 34 now, 35. Wow, okay. Um, and it was, I think the reason I'm not, a lot of people have father issues, and a lot of issues that come up in life is because a parent or a divorce or something happens. So I think my mom just prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and I became kind of stable in that sense, to where I didn't have to necessarily have a lot of issues in my life, my father not being the way that most fathers are, which is very loving and very emotional, giving you hugs and celebrating your accomplishments. So I didn't really have those things. So when this opportunity presented itself, I went up and got a hug from a kickboxer that was there that gave his testimony. His name is Jonathan Spinks, and he has won all his fights by knockout, and he gave a very powerful testimony. So then he was up on stage, and I went up to him, and he wrapped his arms around me, and he was just talking to me like if I was his son. He was like, "Hey, I'm very proud of you, son. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward." Like, he was just pouring good and positive things into my ear as he's holding me very tight. And man, I just lost it. I just started crying and crying, man. And I think a lot of men need that. Even women. A lot of men need that didn't have a father there, a father figure. And I like I say, like my dad was there, but there's a lot of things that were lacking, and that was very emotional, very powerful. And I just wanted to share that there is things out there that can restore situations that are missing, so you can move forward in life. And I'm very grateful that I am part of this Men's Encounter North, and that's here in Roy City, Texas. And I will continue to do what I do with that organization, because it just speaks volumes. And I see so many broken men, get their life changed. So I highly encourage you to do something like that in your life, to kind of just put some of the pieces that are broken back together. Thanks a lot for listening, guys.